Today's topic is, well, I think as all the events that I've attended relating to data protection and privacy, this topic has not really been addressed yet. I just come from the European Parliament, where we had a debate on the draft data protection legislation, and I said, what do we do about the external dimension? We already know we've been discussing the transatlantic dimension almost ad nauseum, and we haven't found any solutions yet. Never mind the relations with other countries. And we can see that emerging economies, if you can still label them that way, I'm not sure if that's still an accurate term, but let's say that the intensity of economic relations is increasing. That means that sharing of data is also increasing, and therefore problems are also on the rise.
So we need these countries. We need trade with these countries. This isn't about suddenly stopping trade. If anything, in Europe, as we try to get out of this economic hole we're in, we need to do more business with developing countries, which are very dynamic. But that also means necessarily we need to look at data protection issues with regard to data flows to these countries, and not only be sort of chasing our tail with regard to what's going on in the US. Second point, I think it's very important that if we are going to expect that EU data protection law is observed, at least to some limited extent in these countries, we have to speak up about it.
In my view, we should look at technology and the potential dangers that might arise when using technology as a global issue. And this relates to what Mr. Kuhner said earlier. Nowadays, business, citizens, governments, they rely on products from a global supply chain, not from a country X or a country Y.
For businesses, data protection is also important, so you can also profit from that part. From their perspective, worldwide operators wish for harmonized approaches. Their accountability, as emphasized by the EU, by the APEC, they always give a tendency that there must be protection, and protection will be helpful, and that there will be a competitive advantage of giving good protection.
On this issue of EU leading the way, I think one of the examples I gave in my presentation about the debate in India currently, which says, look guys, if we get our house in order, we will increase our trade with Europe by 30 billion. So there is a great economic advantage. So if the EU is a major trade partner, and this applies to China actually as well, the reason why the system is moving slowly, and there are new provisions in the commercial field there, is precisely because it's totally in their commercial interest to do business with Europe, and they know that if we are tough about that, then they'll have to improve their house.
But when I say Europe should lead by example, it means not only promoting the kind of legislation that we have, but also proper enforcement. Because you say we should be tough in our relations, including trade relations with other countries. Well, Europe has not been tough. Europe's been nowhere, basically. So I think that is something, if we value our own data protection and privacy rules so much, then we should insist much more.
We need to start somewhere, and I think that whatever we do, we should not forget a concerted approach with industry, governments, users, basically all stakeholders, because I think to come to a viable solution to the issues on the table, everyone should be involved.
I think today was really just getting a first flavor of the topic. I promise you it will be back in one of our sessions next year. Maybe we can invite some privacy experts or people who are otherwise confronted with the issue from the countries concerned. And then finally, I would like to thank the audience for coming again, being so loyal and engaging in the debate, and I'm looking forward to seeing you next time. Thank you.